Welcome to today's Daily Fire. Today's topic is this: you gotta just go. Sit back and relax. Welcome to today's show. So this morning, I'm back on island, which is awesome. We got back on January 1st. We got back on the island and got back late, got home late, and alarm goes off at 4:20 a.m. and up and at 'em, right? Up on my game. But what was different about this year and this day and everything else is this was the start of a brand new program. Meaning, I hired a new coach. I hired a new coach coming into the first of the year. I'm in a year-long contract with him, and I'm going to be working with him all year long for one specific purpose: to build muscle, right? To build muscle. But along the way, we are going to do a couple cool things I'm excited about. April 28th is my first physical. I don't even know what you call it. It's not like a bodybuilding, but it's like a fitness competition. I don't know. But basically, I got to get as big as I possibly can and then as lean as I possibly can by April 28th, stand on stage and flex and stuff. So I've never done this before. And to be totally honest, I'm like, there's part of me that's like, why am I doing this? But just it's kind of weird to like do it. I'm like, that part of it. But the reality is I want the end result of the discipline that it's going to require. Right. I constantly, every single day, I'm trying to find new ways to be more disciplined, new ways to be a better version of who I am, new ways to push the envelope of who Trevor J. White is. And honestly, I have become so addicted to becoming better. It sometimes creates a problem because I have a hard time settling. I have a hard time settling in and just being like, okay, not becoming better, right? Just relaxing, things like that. So we just got off I think we were on the mainland. We were in Utah for 12 days, something like that, just shy of 2 weeks. That is a long time for me. Long time. Out of my patterns, out of my routines, my habits, my systems, everything. Doesn't mean I wasn't doing anything. It just means it's out of my normal status, right? Different gyms I'm going to work out in, different people I'm around, different situations, different scenarios. But to say I'm excited to be back here on the island is an understatement. And just being around today, just experiencing today, you can kind of probably tell a little bit from the video, but it is beautiful today. The background for some reason, let me see if I can fix that. Let me see if I do that. Does that do anything? No, that just made me blurry. We're not going to do that again. Nope, not going to do that. Okay. It's actually blue skies. It's beautiful. It's like 75 degrees. It's January 2nd, 75 degrees. It's just amazing. I love where I live. Love it here. I went to the beach today, this morning. I did my meditation and stack. Like, just handle my game here. Love this place. But to today's topic, though, is you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. And you have to know where you want to go. So in yesterday's, or I guess it would have been last week's episode at this point, but in the last episode, we'll call it, I released, it was really this idea of, like, this is the first one where you got to just go. Right? You just got to go. You just got to go. But in yesterday's, or the last episode, it was, you got to know where you want to go, right? It was the map and the plan, how to create the map and the plan. But I've got the map and the plan, and I was interesting as I'm stacking, which is a process I do every single morning when I talk to God, and really to just share my thoughts with God, and I get responses, and we have a communion, we have a conversation, and I truly feel led and guided by Him. But on my stack this morning, it was very interesting because I'm just like, God's just basically like, hey, now I need you to go. Now I need you to do it. And so I got up this morning, 4:20, and I did it. I went to the gym. I did the new workout, different workouts, different reps, different exercises. I actually really enjoyed it. Different diet, right? Because this is my nutrition stuff's all in the diet too, like very specific stuff. There's a lot of things. It was just go. And I've got some new marketing. There's 2 new messages we're putting out. We've got some big plans on things that we need to launch. And the message is the same. Go. Nothing complicated. Just go. And what I learned, what I'm taking away and what I'm seeing from that, guys, is you can't course correct unless you're moving. You cannot course correct unless you're actually doing something, right? Sometimes we spend all this time trying to create a plan, and then we get caught up in the plan and we don't actually execute. And so we don't know whether the plan is going to work or not. There's so many times that I'll sit with coaches or clients inside of my coaching program where they're like, well, is this going to work? And I'm like, I don't know. Try it. There's no way to know. You can sit in an echo chamber, sit in a silent room, and just sit and have all these ideas, and they may on paper seem like the greatest thing in the world. But until you've actually produced results with it, it doesn't really matter. I have seen some of the best plans in the world fall apart. And I've also seen some of the worst plans come together and become like very productive. but it came in the action. And it came not just in the action, but the ability for you to take action and then to pivot in the action, right? To move, to take directions, things like that. And so, like, at the end of the day, guys, we get too caught up in what we should be doing and less caught up in the let's just do something. Let's just go. Let's move forward, right? Yeah, I had a boat for all tons of years, like 5-6 years or whatever. So it's a wakeboarding boat, Mastercraft X25. Freaking love that boat. And I'm going to get another one once we live somewhere that it makes sense. But right here in Hawaii, there are no lakes around, so lake life not happening. Right? We're beach life. But with the boat, if it's not moving, turning the steering wheel is useless. You cannot steer that boat. Cannot steer it. I don't care how much you want. I don't care how much planning I do, how many degrees I turn the steering wheel. It doesn't matter. My boat is not turning until I actually move. And then as soon as I start moving, the slightest adjustment in that steering wheel can change the trajectory of where that boat's going dramatically. But until I'm moving, nothing happens. And that's what I saw today as I started taking action on the plan. Right, I hired a coach. I'm paying him not a little amount of money, a lot amount of money. And I keep constantly doing that because if you can put yourself in a position where you are financially on the line, meaning if you don't do what you say you're going to do, there's a financial consequence, meaning you're paying for this. So you're throwing money down the toilet. And so I keep doing that to myself in all areas of my life. I keep hiring coaches and mentors. So some of you guys watch this, maybe you don't have a coach, you don't have a mentor, you don't understand. Sometimes it's the very act of hiring the coach that is the fuel you needed to get started. I dropped $15,000 for 6 phone calls, and when would that have been? That would have been probably July or August of 2023. And that was the single greatest decision I could have made. Not because of anything I learned inside of the conversations I had with him. Absolutely, actually nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the fact that I dropped the coin, I dropped the money, and then that was the decision. That's what I needed. That was the fuel. Then I was going to do what I said I was going to do, period. I wasn't going to fall back. I wasn't going to fall off. None of those things. So I put myself in this same container over and over again because I know that it works, right? But ultimately, it only works if I work. I had a new group, six businessmen and women, started out in what I call the war room today. And I loved it. I love the onboarding calls. They're my favorite because these people, they have no idea what to expect, right? They're coming in. They think they might know. They think they have an idea, right? They're like, yeah, sign up, I'm in. And then they get in the conversation, and then I start going and leading them down the road. It's so fun to watch as I'm able to frame and stack frames and basically put all of the pressure back on them. They think they hired me to do something for them, but they're wrong. What they did is they made a decision to put themselves in the proper conditions to execute and go. Now, if they choose to not execute, if I choose to not execute and go and do the things I know I need to do based on the coach I hired, like if I do the same thing, then it's a waste of money, waste of my coach's time, waste of my time. No different than my 6 clients who started out in their own little war room, right? And this constant game of going is where you have to get used to. You have to get very comfortable being uncomfortable. You've got to get comfortable doing things that you maybe have never done before, that you might suck at for a while. You've got to get really, really comfortable at making moves. Not in planning to make the moves. The plan is great, but it's in the execution that you actually learn. No different than you go to school, get a 4-year degree, 6-year, 8-year degree. You really don't actually understand anything in an application that you studied, whether it's a doctor, a mechanic, I don't even care. Don't care what it is. It's not until you actually do the thing that you actually learn the thing, right? And life is no different. So becoming better, learning it. So you got some big targets, some big goals, some things that you want to go after. You've got to just start. So maybe you're not in a financial position to be able to invest, 10, 15, 20, 50, $100,000 into a mentor or a coach. That's fine. But get yourself around people who are going. And if that's just you and your friend and he or she wants to go, then do that. And maybe that's finding some program that you can join in the entry level, the basic level, some kind of challenge, something. Maybe that's what it is. Like, I don't care what it is, but get yourself in the container to go and then just go. And then go every day. See, the difference with today compared to a month from now is most people I know, they took action today. It's January 2nd. They got their New Year's resolution. They're super excited. And most people I know took action today. Here's what I know, though. By February 2nd, 30 days from now, 1 month from now, I don't know if that's exactly 30 days, but whatever. 1 month from now, about 50% of those people will have stopped executing, and they will have not even executed for the 30-day window. They will have been on or off, and finally have given up. by that point, by February. By March, we're down to about 5% are still executing. By June, halfway through the year, we're down to less than a percentage of those same people that executed today are still executing in June. And then you wonder why you don't get ahead. Then you wonder why your life doesn't change. Then you wonder why you don't have the results you want in life. So Ivy, consider you just need to go do the thing. So take a look at your life. Take a look at your life across body, being, balance, and business. Where in your world today do you need to just go? You need to just, you don't need to think anymore. You don't need to plan anymore. You just need to do the thing. And what can you do about it today? What can you execute on? What can you go and do? If it's in your body, figure it out. Go. If it's how you're going to eat, change your diet. Change the thing. Don't drink the soda pop, drink the water. Whatever it is. If it's in a relationship, send the text. Right? It's inside your business, inside your money game. Do that. I don't care where it's at. I don't care where it's at. I run 2 different training programs. I work with entrepreneurs, and then I also work with primarily men who have dealt with losing a child. And no matter what your problem you were facing, no matter the concern that you experience, no matter how it goes down, it comes down to your ability to go. Right? You got to do the things that are right in front of you. Overwhelm comes when you're worried about things that haven't even happened yet. So you just got to do the thing. So what's the thing that you can do today? Go out, execute, do it, and tell the world about it, because people like to hear that stuff. So that's all I got for you. As always, this is your boy, Trevor J. White, reminding you that, well, I don't know. I always change these. I always change my sign-off. So I don't know. I think the one that's probably going to stick the most is this one right here. Here we go. We'll do it again. As always, this is your boy, Trevor J. White, reminding you that you're only one pivot away.